Know y'all been waiting. Y'all been waiting for us to go live. Here we are. We finally made it. The wait is officially over. We are going live. So now I just gotta wait on some of you people to come in, join us. What's happening, everybody? We're Taryn's getting Granny ready, and then we're gonna go live in a few minutes. What's happening? We are gonna be with Granny in just a minute. We're gonna do some question and answers with our 100-year-old grandmother. She's super sharp. She'll answer your questions. If you got life questions or want to know anything about when she was young, she was born in 1924, and she don't mind talking. So Taryn's in there getting her ready right now. She's fixing her hair a little bit and kind of getting her ready to go on camera with y'all. And I'm sure here before long, Jamie and Jake and Robert and a bunch of our other friends will be on here. They like to come on and join our lives. So you guys hang out with us for a few minutes and we'll be on our way in there. What's everybody up to tonight? Anything good? I wonder if we can rotate. Oh, it's blocked. Dang. So who's on the live right now? What's your name? Where are you from? Keandra, hello, how are you? Pee-wee? Do they call you Pee-wee? Your name is Pee-wee. Hey, Ray. How are y'all doing tonight? We are in Texas. We'll be going in here in just a few minutes and setting up with Granny. She likes to. Gracie and Taylor. My name is Taylor Lily Friedman. Hello, Taylor. I'm glad you are all doing good tonight. Anyway, I was saying I am in Texas. My wife and I, we have this channel, Acre Living. We are from a small town in East Texas. Okay, bye. Okay, bye. Are you a chill guy? Absolutely. Well, it depends on the situation. I can be chill or I can be very untamed. Just depends on what the situation encounters. But my wife and I are, we do this channel and we do all kinds of stuff. So sometimes she'll do thrifting and her thrift hauls, or sometimes, yes, I love the Second Amendment. So we'll do thrifting and thrift hauls. I'll do cooking videos. We do all kinds of stuff. Tuxie, what's happening? Got burn-ins and rib burn-ins on the smoker. That's what I'm talking about. I did, hang on, let me answer a couple of these other ones real quick. Do you like the Second Amendment? Yes. What animal do you like? Probably gorillas. Huh? I like my wife. She's a wild animal. Tuxie. I cooked, I actually did, it's like a loaded mashed potatoes last night, but it's made with cauliflower. So I did loaded mashed cauliflower, and then I did asparagus stuffed, bacon wrapped chicken thighs. And it is amazing. If you've never had it that way, you need to try it. Hey, Lily. Is Granny in her chair? Is she ready or what?
She is.
She is?
She is in her chair. I got the chair set up for you.
Oh, holy moly. Y'all gonna be in for a treat. We're fixing to go in there and visit Granny. She is 100 years old. She'll be 101 in February. She was born in 1924. And we'll let you guys ask us questions or ask her questions, or we can just chat or whatever y'all want to do. Robert, you ate all 24 crayons? Oh my gosh. And I was just going to take you in there to visit with Granny, but now you're too full to go. We're fixing to go see Granny. Yeah, Ray, she'll be 101 in February. She's born in 1924. All right, guys, here we go. Here, let me grab my phone so I can keep up with comments and stuff.
You ready?
Hi, Finnegan.
Waiting to see your face.
I know y'all are waiting to see this beautiful young lady in here. So we're going to bring you over here and let you visit with her.
Does he want to?
Check out Granny Pearl.
Wave at him, Granny.
Can you plug that in over here? I can't see all the comments, so I gotta. Let's see. Tuxie said that sounds
Ray
like
said hello.
Hello,
my wife was
Ray.
going to a Christmas work party. Don't have a virgin sight, a vengeance. Rent burning some mac and cheese.
How do you say Keandre? Allen?
It's Keandra, but
She said hi, Grandma.
her name's Pee Wee.
Pee Wee?
Yeah, call her Pee Wee.
She said hi, Grandma.
Hello, Pee-wee.
Up here, Granny.
Look up here.
See,
You can see yourself.
she's reading the comments and stuff down there, but all the people are seeing you from this screen.
Turn it some.
Okay.
So you're in the middle of the screen, so now you can say hi to them.
Robert said, Granny, I'm waiting for our date.
Remember Robert, the one that talked to us? It's a Marine, or was a Marine.
Yeah.
He said he's still waiting on his date.
Pee Wee said, you're the best grandma ever.
I try to be a good one.
Tuxie said, oh, let's see, Karaoke Ray said, it's good to meet you. And Tuxie said, hey, Granny Pearl, tell these two to buy you a ticket to New Zealand and you can have a barbecue and a beer with me.
Tuxie, if these two buy any tickets to New Zealand, Granny can come with us, but we're coming too, by gosh. One of these days we will get to New Zealand. We'd both like to do it.
I believe y'all will.
As if you ask Granny over here, we're going too much, ain't we, Granny?
Yeah. Yeah, they got to run to and fro.
Can you lower it just a little bit? Robert said, no, Tuxie, she is mine. Pee Wee said, my brother's name is DJ.
Pee Wee and DJ. Which one of you is the oldest, Pee Wee?
Robert said, Granny, you're looking good as always.
Thank you.
Robert's up here on this phone. He's hitting on you, Granny. He
DJ's older.
Said you sure was cutie.
Oh, thank you for the compliment.
Sounds like a plan. Tell Granny the stove is always on and the beer is always cold.
And I don't use either one of them.
She gave up using the stove about, 5-6 years ago. And she gave up drinking beer about 100 and almost 101 years ago.
Have you ever drank any beer? Have you ever had any alcohol? Never?
No. Mother used to give us a little. She'd find Daddy's bottle and she'd take it in for her medicine chest. When we was having our periods, she'd
Turn it off.
would be having the cramps and hurting, and she'd fix up a little of that in some water, and it would stop it.
Huh.
So that's my drinking experience. And beer, I've never tasted it, I don't guess. It stinks to me.
Somebody named M.A. said, hi, Granny. And then Pee-wee said that they are cooking tonight. And then Robert said, Granny, you need to come stand next to me and make me look good.
Oh, thank you for the compliment.
Tuxie, our friend from New Zealand, said at 100 years old, tell Granny it's about time to have a beer. She's way behind.
I am for that. But you know what? I've lived my life without drinking it, so
Yep.
I think I'm ahead.
She has lived her whole life without drinking any alcohol and never been a smoker and she's just been pretty straight arrow her whole life, huh, Granny?
Yeah.
Pee-wee, you got a dog? What kind of dog did you get? Ray, we hope you have a good day too. Where are you from? If you guys haven't done it, go like and subscribe to our channel. We got all kinds of videos and shorts and stuff for you to look at, and then you guys will enjoy it. Tuxie said at 101 years old, you got credentials on your well-being. He said he'll have a beer for you.
Well, he's welcome to it. He needs to leave it alone.
She said you need to leave that beer alone, Tuxie. She said that's the secret to living till 101, ain't it?
It's got its part in it.
Let's see about moving this thing down where I can see it better. Where is it at on the screen?
Go down just right there.
All right, Granny, that's your screen. Whatever's on that, that's the people that you're gonna look at and talk to, okay?
Tuxie said, tell Granny if she met my wife, she will see why I drink.
She done got a kick out of that one, Tuxie. It won't be too long. We'll see Jamie. Jamie will probably be on here before long.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised Jake ain't on here so far. Who all do we still have on in the live? Robert said, Granny, what is some of the great things you have seen in all your years? Tell Robert a few of the great things you've seen in your 100 years.
Oh, dirty politics and
What are some of the real good things you've seen in your
oh,
lifetime?
real good things.
Mm-hmm. You done drew a blank?
Uh-huh.
All them good things you've seen in 100 years, and you done blanked out on
Yeah.
them.
They-
Granny has lived through a whole bunch of different wars.
Yeah.
Granny has survived all them wars. See, Granny's got an awesome grandson that comes over here and stays with her a couple nights a week.
Robert said, still dirty politics. Laugh out loud.
Pee Wee's eating Chick-fil-A. My wife likes Taryn likes Chick-fil-A, and Granny probably would like Chick-fil-A. I can't eat Chick-fil-A; it makes me sick. Messes.
What was that I had tonight?
Asparagus chicken.
Tonight I made you asparagus stuffed bacon wrapped chicken thighs with mashed loaded cauliflower and a sunflower crunch salad.
Tuxie said, what's the most proudest achievement you have?
What's your proudest achievement in life?
I guess it was getting my nurse's license.
Getting
And the nurse's degree.
Getting her nursing degree and becoming a nurse.
Uh-huh.
Okay, and he said if you could change one thing, what would it be? If you could change one thing, either out of your life or about the world or whatever, what would it be if you could change one thing?
Well, I probably would change having to have help.
Having to have help, even at 100 years old?
Mm-hmm.
She wouldn't want no help at 100 years old, y'all. Pee Wee, it just, I don't know, it's something in the batter for Chick-fil-A makes me sick at my stomach. And then some lady named Lana Fife, I don't know if you know who she is or not, Drill Sergeant Lana. She said,
Your proudest
your
moment.
proudest moment should have been when you had your youngest daughter. I think she may be full of it, but Robert, that loaded mashed cauliflower I make, I promise you would never know it was cauliflower. Whenever I made it for the first time, my stepson ate the entire pot of it, and he said, "This is the best mashed potatoes I've ever had." Somebody named Caesar said, "She's lovely." Said, "You is just lovely."
Oh, well, thank you.
And Robert said, "We all need help." So you was talking about one thing you would change was you wouldn't need any help. He said, "We all need help."
Oh, well, I'd still have to have help, but I mean, like, y'all, you have to give up your time.
We ain't giving up nothing. We enjoy being here with you. We don't have, it ain't making us give up nothing to get to spend a couple nights a week with you.
Well,
We enjoy being here with you.
I appreciate that.
because one of these days we're not going to get to be here.
Tuxie said, DAMN. Granny is built out of stone.
And then he wants my cauliflower recipe. Tuxie, I'll send it to you after this live or whatever.
Half hawk, half man. You is deep.
No, McDonald's don't make me sick, Pee Wee.
No, we eat lots of McDonald's. Don't we, Granny?
Quite a bit.
We like McDonald's.
Mm-hmm.
Robert said family is the most important.
Well, he's already learned that, so I can't teach him nothing. No guess.
He said so are friends.
Did you hear that part, Robert? She said you've already learned that, so she can't teach that to you. That family and friends are the most important. Since you've already learned it, she can't teach it to you. Half hawk, half man said our wounds are often the only openings into the guarded yet best and most beautiful parts of us. Sometimes the things that hurt you are the things that make you who you are.
He also said family is meant to be a shelter from the storm, but sometimes it can be the storm itself.
That is absolutely correct. But thankfully,
I am the storm.
Yeah. Yeah, this one right, you talking about the storm. There's the storm right there. That's why we call her Terror.
Granny rocks.
Hi,
Jamie! You fed a dead turkey into your dog.
Pee Wee fed was it a Thanksgiving turkey you fed to your dog or what? Or was it a turkey that was running around somewhere you fed to your dog?
Jamie is my new YouTube bestie.
Jamie is Taryn's new bestie friend.
We are a lot alike.
Well, I don't know if they're a lot alike. One of them's probably real crazy and the other one's probably just partially crazy.
On her way to the best. Crazy.
Tuxie said, Granny, you've seen 100 Christmases. Do you have any advice on how to keep Santa slim so he can fit down the chimney next year?
Tuxie, I've already got that under control. Have you not seen how scrawny I've gotten? I lost 70 pounds. That way I don't have any problems getting in the chimneys.
That's him talking.
Half hawk, half man said, try to remember that the life we complain about is only a dream to some people.
Well,
That's very true.
I agree with that.
That's good words right there.
Yeah.
That's very true.
I'm living the life right now that I used to pray for.
A lot of times we take for granted that, you know, we think that we've got so many problems and so much troubles and stuff, and we take for granted that somebody else somewhere else has it way worse than we ever have it.
Jamie said she's so beautiful.
Tell her I appreciate that.
You just did right there.
Oh, did I?
That's all right, Jamie. Y'all can both be a little bit crazy. I still like both of you. Robert, yes, I am very, very, I'm not lucky, Robert. I'm blessed. But I get what you're saying. Pee Wee said that turkey was running around and called it. The dog ate it.
That's exactly right, Robert. He said love and life is easy. People make it hard.
Yeah. He's already got life figured out.
Right.
Hey, now if we could just keep him from eating so many crayons.
Is that his problem?
That dang old Marine. Hey, you know the Marines eat crayons, don't you?
I don't know. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Homie in the background has a voice like the guy in a zombie movie who's been bitten but is trying to keep it quiet. And Jamie said she's a caregiver and she's been working with elderly since she was 22.
Hey, I ain't never been bitten in no zombie movie.
The best people to hang around with, trust me.
I believe it.
She has the cutest little home health nurse and stuff that came today. Her name is Krista, and she's really sweet. And she's almost done with home health.
Half hawk, half man laughing at me.
I'm outside nighttime fishing.
That's what I'm talking about. Karen and I both love fishing.
Pee Wee, where are you from?
Huh, what, Jamie? That was a response to one of Half Hawk, Half Man's comments. He said the guy in the background sounded like the voice of a guy in a zombie movie who was bitten but was trying to keep it a secret. Quite smart and intelligent. Most of the time, I don't even understand a single word I'm talking about. You would get along with my friend Hank.
I don't know if you've seen Jamie, I don't know if you've seen our videos from a while back. Granny had a severe UTI and was admitted to the hospital for a day or two.
2 days.
Was it 2 days? And so when she got out, home health started coming, and she's had a physical therapist,
An occupational
therapist, and a nurse.
We've been keeping her busy.
They're about to dismiss me again.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think Krista's going to keep coming because her strength in her hands is not where she wants it to be.
Well,
but
she wants me to
stretch on you, putty.
Yeah.
Pee Wee's from Florida. I love Florida.
What's the weather like in Florida?
Depends on what part you're in. Jamie said her mom's on the same regiment.
I hear you, Belly.
My belly?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what you was
Maybe your lower gut.
Tookie.
Robert said Granny was admitted for being too beautiful.
You had to get all them nurses over here just because you was so beautiful.
Thank you.
Half hawk, half man said, I can't deny that I made a lot of mistakes when I was younger. I'm older now, so I can make different yet more severe mistakes.
Well, way to strive for something there, brother. Jamie said, yes, Robert, that is true. I was talking about you being beautiful. Oh, Granny got a fan club, old Pearl. You better watch it, old Pearl. You gonna end up having some pawpaws knocking on the door. Robert's gonna get mad.
Half hawk said if being beautiful was a crime, Granny would be serving a life sentence.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
The hurricane.
Oh, they do? They've got hurricane forming right outside Florida.
Oh,
Yeah.
that sucks.
Well, I'm
Jamie's
glad
laughing.
y'all are not down there.
Well, I'm glad we're not there either. If there's a hurricane,
We have to pray for them that are in Florida. Ooh. To be safe in Jesus' name.
Jamie, Robert, did any of y'all go and watch my little motivational video that I did earlier today? The short that I did? If you didn't, go watch it at some point in time. It was it was talking about our church service whenever we cut off the live and what had been happening to me the day prior that day and what I prayed for and all that stuff. It's, I don't know, it's just how I felt, and I figured it would be good for other people to know.
I've been doing my weights today and my arms are hurting.
Pee Wee said, my mom, dad, brother, my dog, and my fish. Robert's getting feisty on here. He said that Granny is mine and she already said yes to our date. Yeah. Ooh, boy.
Half Hog says, do mood swings count as exercise?
Well, it depends.
Doesn't you're me.
Yeah, some of my wife's get her, I mean, she'll start sweating, have a rapid heart rate. Isn't that what exercise does to you? Pee Wee caught a baby alligator.
Oh, mercy. I wouldn't exercise in his town.
Yes, this
Yes,
is
this
Taryn's
is my
grandmother.
granny.
This is Taryn's granny. She was born in 1924. She'll be 101 in February. But I claim her as my own, and I think she still likes me a little bit. What you think, Pearl? You like me a little bit?
I do.
Well, I love you, so I guess you'll just have to catch up, won't
Pee
you?
Wee said, what did I do?
What did you do? You said you caught a baby alligator. Jamie said she lost her grandma 4 years ago.
Well,
I'm
now you
sorry.
have a new one. She's our YouTube granny.
Half Hawk said, me too. All my imaginary friends keep telling me I need therapy. His imaginary friends are telling him he needs therapy, Granny.
Well, I'm getting therapy. You don't need to know that.
How am I supposed to get the alligator back in the water? Well,
Chunk it as far as you can.
unless you got somebody to help you, you're probably going to have to cut the line and just leave it where it is. Is it an alligator or is it an alligator gar? A fish?
Jamie, she don't talk a whole lot. She likes to sit and listen. Jamie wants you to talk some more.
Jamie wants you to carry on the conversation with her, Pearl.
Well,
Tell Jamie about getting married to Dewey and Dewey being in the military. Tell her on this.
How old were you
Tell
when you
her on
got
this
married?
camera right here.
where was
How old were you and Bobo when y'all got married?
we had just graduated.
Thank
So
you.
you were 18?
Half-Hawk. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, please do so. We appreciate you being here.
They can't hear you on that one. It's over here.
Well, you can probably hear me. I'm loud enough.
Y'all had just graduated high school. So y'all were 18.
I think was 19, I guess. But school was out like on Friday, I guess. And we got married on Saturday night.
So the next day, yeah.
And then when we had the graduation exercise, we were the superintendent, which one's the highest? Superintendent.
Probably
or
superintendent.
principal? He introduced us as Mr. and Ms. Harris, that I think he said something about it being the first time. I imagine everybody thought I was pregnant. I never did hear that, but I just, when you get married in a hurry, that's
what everybody immediately thinks.
Yeah, and start counting.
Jamie said, was it prom?
No, they graduated and then got married the next day.
Oh, it was right after the
No,
graduation.
we graduated after we were married.
Oh, okay. So it was
Oh.
the last day of school, and then y'all got married the next day, and then graduation was after that.
Yeah.
Hey, Jake. No, so it was Jamie, it was their last day of school, and the superintendent announced them as Mr. and Mrs. Harris, and then they graduated the next day from school. That's pretty neat.
Right.
Mhm.
And how old was Dewey when he left for the war?
He was home a year. And he was just, I think he got out, was out for a year, but they nabbed him the minute his year was over.
In the draft.
Yeah.
Was Diane born? You were pregnant with Diane?
No. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. No.
You weren't.
Yeah, after he'd been out for a year.
So he'd been out for a year, and then whenever you were pregnant with Diane when he got drafted back into the military.
Yeah.
So that Diane would be Lana's older sister. And then how many years did Dewey serve in the military? Do you remember how many years he was served altogether?
Something tells me 10, but I might be.
Yeah, that was him.
Yeah.
Jamie wants to know what your greatest blessings are. What are your greatest blessings?
Me.
No, she said no. She didn't say terrors. She said blessings.
Whatever.
Granny, what's your greatest blessings in life?
I think my family.
Your family? Well, we think you're our greatest blessing. How about them apples?
Well, I like that. I like it.
Jamie said tearing is, duh.
Jamie said, how was your marriage back in the day?
How was it?
Mm.
Hey, meteorology.
You had a good marriage, huh?
Yeah.
Jamie said marriage back then must have been rough and trying.
Well, ours was very, very trying. He would come home. He wouldn't have a pass to come home, but we came home.
He would come home from the military even if he wasn't supposed to?
Absolutely.
He was sneaky Dewey, wasn't he?
Yeah, he thought he was.
He had to come home and get him some sugars from Pearl.
He got by with it. Yeah, he come home.
That's sweet. I've never heard that before.
Meteorology Unleashed, our little friend from Tennessee, Franklin, Tennessee, said, how is Granny tonight?
Jamie said to make more babies. He would sneak home to make more babies.
I didn't have any then.
How long after y'all got married did you have Diane?
She was born in 47, and we married in 43.
So it was 4 years before Diane was born, and then how much longer?
Diane and Mom are 8 years apart.
Yeah.
So 4 years before Diane was born and 12 years before Lana was born from that point.
Mm-hmm. Tuxie. He said, tell Granny in the 1980s, New Zealand, 1890s, New Zealand was the first country to give women the right to vote, and my wife hasn't kept quiet since.
Meteorology, it was rough back in the day when Granny was young because they lived through the Great Depression and everything else. Granny is a saver, ain't you, Granny?
Yeah.
Granny will save plastic bags from Walmart and she'll fold them up and reuse them for everything, and she'll save containers that stuff comes in and wash them out and reuse them. And she's
Lots of people do that.
no lots of people do it. Granny's just very thrifty. Like she knows how to save $1 and how to not spend money if she don't have to spend money.
Robert said, Granny, you're rocking the jammies tonight. You look comfortable. Yes to the twist ties. We have a jar full of twist ties.
Yes, Jamie, she has an entire jar full of bread ties, twist ties off of bread and everything else. And she uses them for all kinds of stuff.
And my family that's with me this weekend, they're always needing a twist tie. You know.
Do you remember the time that we had the scavenger hunt and I came to your house and you had like everything on the list except for one item?
Yeah, do you remember what it was?
I don't remember what it was. But I remember one of the things was a twist tie.
Well, somewhere down the line, you're just likely to need it. And I need it right now.
Yes, rubber bands too. She saves rubber bands.
Yeah.
Oh, my Lord, satisfy that baby.
Tuxie said, what I love about people Granny's age is they've seen and forgotten more things than I've learned, and I'm in my 40s. But it's true. You know, you've got 60 years on most of us. You know, you've learned and forgotten more things than we've learned already.
Yeah. Oh, that's true.
Robert said, I still have all my Walmart bags, or I saved my Walmart bags.
Well,
and we all save our Walmart bags for Granny.
And then when you want one, what do?
Go buy more food. We're glad you're getting to meet our family. And did I tell you, Jamie, that Riley has a girlfriend? My nose is running.
Yeah.
Henry, give me one of those clean. Oh. Ta-da. Did you make him one?
Mm-hmm. Jamie said, I'm so happy to meet your family. They're my peeps. Well, we are very happy too.
We could have introduced them to your family, to your parents.
Yeah, I'll be at my mom and dad's house Monday evening.
Go live while you're over there.
Jamie said she's heard about, you know, older people like hiding cash and stuff in their houses and stuff. Do you remember people doing that?
Yes.
Like putting up money and hiding it in your house and stuff?
Yes.
Yeah.
Look, Jamie, my nose is running.
Jamie, I told you she was a wackadoo.
flower boxes, freezer, and random places. It was necessary back in the day.
Yeah, it's absolutely correct. You know, there's
Just think, today our world is worse than it was back then.
well, yeah, it's worse politically, but it's not worse.
Yeah, there are. There's crazy people everywhere nowadays.
I know, but they had it. We just have people that are mentally stupid now. Back then, they had real hardcore problems. It wasn't. I mean, they were living in a whole different age back then. They actually had real problems. We've got manufactured problems because people are too pampered.
Right.
Is that right, Pearl? We got people are too pampered today. They don't know what real problems are anymore.
No. They can have a headache and tell people they've had something that was just killing them.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, Jamie, we've all heard of people hiding especially older people hiding money in their houses and mattresses, walls, picture frames, behind pictures in the backs of pictures, bread boxes, freezers. I mean, people used to do that all the time.
Right. We have well-mannered people on our feeds. We have well-mannered people on our feeds.
Yep. Yep. We're glad for our tribe that comes in and joins us on our live feeds and stuff.
Jamie, why are you crying? Ain't no need to be crying. Because my nose is running and I got Kleenex hanging out of it. Tuxie said, Granny, what was your favorite decade and why? It was the late 70s, because that's when I was born.
Somebody's feeling full of theirself tonight, and I think her name may be Taryn. Granny, do you remember when your favorite decade was?
Good, I'm glad.
What was your favorite time frame in life? Your favorite period in life? Was there a favorite president or a favorite time period in life where things were happening that you thought it was the best time? Or was it old Ronald Reagan time period? He's pretty good.
He was good looking too.
He was a good president. I think Donald Trump is a modern day Ronald Reagan.
I think so too.
Yes, sir, meteorology. You're very welcome.
Do you have a favorite decade?
She's thinking.
Well, might have been the year that the kids were born. But
Mom and Diane?
and when I think about how they kept us awake and
Them old rough kids you had keeping you awake all night.
yeah. But now Dewey would, if a kid vomited, we cleaned it up. He didn't lay up in bed.
And let you do it all. He was a good ball.
Yes, he was just a good man.
Right. And he worked hard for his family.
Yeah, he sure did.
What jobs do you remember that he had?
Well, he didn't go to the army the first year. And he farmed for Granddad. And he worked at a gas station. He didn't have a lot of jobs. He stayed. He got a job. He stayed with it.
Stuck with it,
Right.
huh?
Mm-hmm. And then he worked for Finney's. And I guess he went from,
And Finney's was a leather shop.
and then he worked for a leather company.
Was that when he was doing the traveling salesman stuff? And then he retired, right?
Mm-hmm.
He retired from that and he had his own leather shop.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure he was a good employee.
I bet he was.
Tuxie said
Especially the way.
Tuxie said having kids and losing sleep seems hard at the time, but the peacefulness when they fall asleep and how magical they look, now that he looks back on it, you know, makes him happy. But at the time, you get frustrated about it.
Oh, yeah. That's when, I imagine that's when somebody gets just so fed up and they won't quit crying.
Yeah.
And they just maybe beat them up or.
Right.
That's
when some parents that aren't real good parents lose control, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. But I can just still see Diane when she was, what are you seeing?
The way that when that blind's closed, but I'll fix it in a little bit.
Diane I had put her down for a nap. And she woke up from her nap. And she slid down off the bed and peed the puddle in the floor instead of staying on the bed and wetting the bed.
Oh, she was trying to get off the bed and not pee in the bed.
Yeah.
Right.
Because she stood by the side of the bed and just stood there till she got through peeing.
And then climbed back up in the bed?
No. She was... But I think of that a lot.
Have you ever told her that story?
I imagine I have. And one time it was on our bed. We called it the blue room because we had the, she's sick or something. I guess she's sick. And she was just, Dear was rocking her. And she just kept crying and crying and she just couldn't do nothing with her. She wouldn't, I don't know, maybe something was hurting her. But anyway, and he got kind of aggravated because, you just do. When they just cry and you rock till you're crazy. And they still cry. But anyway, he was rocking her, and she wouldn't quit crying. He got, you know how you can get kind of aggravated and you just rock harder and faster.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what he was doing. And I guess he kind of turned the chair over. He turned it, anyway, he turned it over enough that he, I think this time he hit his head on something. I don't remember if he turned the chair over. But anyway, he learned to slow down.
Did you read Tuxie's?
Yeah.
Robert and Jamie both, or Tuxie, well, yeah, Robert and Jamie both have lost their grandparents, and both of them, Jamie said it's like her grandparents raised her,
Right.
and then Tuxie said they had, sort of have an adoption there, and bad things had happened to a niece of his. Lost a lot of tears over that kind of situation. Cheer. Granny dropped them recipes soon. Granny, you wouldn't believe, Granny will watch YouTube shows and stuff of people cooking recipes and stuff, and at 100, almost 101 years old, she still writes down recipes all the time.
Yeah. Like I'm gonna cook.
No, but I know who you could get to do it for you, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah, I sure could.
Robert said Granny is a class act. She was brought up in a time of respect for one another.
Oh, yeah. You sure did.
Yep, you had to respect people, didn't you?
You
'Cause
absolutely.
back then, you get your hind end wore out for not respecting somebody, wouldn't you?
Speaking of
Right.
wearing out, tell them about the time that Riley was giving you fits in church and Dad come out of the sound room. Popped him on the butt. Do you remember that?
Mm-mm.
You don't remember sitting with you during church?
Riley was sitting on the pew. I guess this was before Taryn and I were together. Riley
He was
still
little.
but I guess Riley was sitting on the pew with you and wouldn't behave, and Joe come out of the sound booth and whipped his rear end.
No, I don't remember that. You know, there was a time that I couldn't handle.
Riley.
He'd just get down under the pews.
Riley got to sit with Granny during church because me and his dad were on the platform, and Mimi and Papa were. Mimi played the piano and Papa ran the sound room, and so Riley and Mackenzie got to sit with Granny. And he got too big for her to handle. Riley was being a twerp, and Papa saw it from the sound room upstairs, and he come out of that sound room and popped Riley on the butt and went right back upstairs before anybody knew what was going on.
Tuxie said if you Google the Kohai twins, their cousin was in the same room of what happened with his cousin or his niece
Screenshot
or
it.
whatever.
So we'll know to look back. We have to screenshot it because
He said his sister-in-law adopted his niece and took her to where his area is so that she could have a better education. And he said to let you know that that girl just got her first job as an orderly at a hospital. A little girl that got adopted
That's
and had
awesome.
been abused.
Robert said
cool.
Granny has the most soothing voice.
And Kishan must be a new viewer tonight. Thank you for coming on, Kishan. Kishan said that's a strong woman right there. You're absolutely right. You
Strong
got no
young woman.
strong young woman. You have no clue, Kishan. Granny has broken her neck. She's been in a halo. She had a hernia and half
Okay,
of her.
tell us the story about breaking your neck, Granny.
I had carried some muffins, I think it was.
Banana nut muffins.
Banana nut muffins. To the next door neighbor. And I tripped on a rock, I think. And fell on the carport, hit the bumper of my car. And I've had neck problems for years before that. And I've certainly had them since.
A bunch of arthritis, wasn't it? And you have a bunch of arthritis built up in your neck.
Yeah.
And so I was in a halo thing for seemed like forever, but I don't remember.
But when it first happened, you didn't even know your neck was broke. Nobody knew it was broke when it first happened, did they? Because you had so much arthritis built up in your neck. Isn't that what it was?
Well,
Yeah. You had a lot of arthritis built up in your neck. Here, let me turn this. So your neck usually does like a neck does. It turns your
That's
head.
your hand, baby.
Her neck had built up with so much arthritis in it, it didn't have any give in it. So she couldn't like turn her neck like normal. And so when she hit that bumper, her neck stayed stiff and it just broke her neck instead of like giving way.
yeah.
So that's what happened.
Robert said Granny would have made a great Marine.
I would have.
She don't like the taste of crayons.
I might have learned a lot.
Hey, give Robert your best oorah. Tell Robert oorah. That's a Marine saying. You got to tell him oorah.
Oh. I'm about this like I am saying. That girl.
Yeah. Pee-wee's back.
Hey, Pee-wee. Granny, Jamie wanted me to ask you, what is your favorite song? Do you have a favorite song? If you could turn on your radio and turn on any song to listen to, what would it be? That's a long list, Jamie. It's been 100 years worth of them. We gotta get her guessing over here.
Yeah, that's a long. That's a long.
I know what it is. When God unfolds the rose.
Well, yeah. Well, that probably is it.
Think so?
I
Think that's.
I think that's.
If it's not, it's at the top of the list, huh?
Yeah.
Did you hear that, Jamie? So her favorite's going to be When God Unfolds the Rose. You should look it up on YouTube or Google it. It'll come up with them singing it. You can check it out if you haven't heard it before. Yes, Robert, she's really going to be 101 in February.
Who is Alan? Oh.
That's Pee Wee. Jamie, the Keandra Allen goes by Pee Wee.
Jamie said, "Did you ever like the Beatles?" She had no choice.
Hey, Courtney.
I endured.
My mom played it as loud as she could play it.
I endured. I had to listen.
Jamie said, "I'm not leaving this stream until they sign off. Taryn knows me."
My mom loved the Beatles, and she would play it loud.
And Jimi Hendrix. The Beatles and Jimi Hendrix, huh?
Well, I knew who I remember who the Beatles are, but I don't.
Jimi Hendrix was the black guy that had the afro that played the guitar real good.
Oh, could he ever play it?
Man, he sure did. The Beatles, and who were some other ones that your mama listened to all the time?
Let me show you some Jimi Hendrix.
We'll show you. There's some of the other ones that Lana talked about listening to all the time.
That's the only ones I know of. Where's my Google? Well, where's my Google?
Robert wants to know what you think about Elvis Presley. Did you like Elvis Presley?
He was such that I might have liked some of his singing, but I didn't like to look at him.
You just didn't like watching them hips gyrate?
No, I didn't. He'd sing
Granny said she might have liked a little bit of his singing, but them hips just didn't do it for her. He was just trying to put on too much, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He could have made just as good a show singing without having to do all that jibbity jiving, huh?
That's some Jimi Hendrix.
Her waves all in my head. Jamie wants to know, do you know who Johnny Mathis is, the singer?
I've heard the name. I remember the name.
You just remember the name? Jamie wants to know, do you know who Johnny Mathis is? Robert said, what about Richie Valens and the Big Bopper? Richie Valens is the one that sang La Bamba. Remember La Bamba? Pa la bamba, se necesita una poca de gracia. Una poca de gracia pa mi
Bill speaking in tongues.
Ay, arriba, por ti se le, por ti se le, por ti se le. Bamba, 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 bamba.
My favorite is Little Wing by Jimi Hendrix.
Y'all didn't know I could sing La Bamba, did you? Aha! Pearl, you didn't know anything about La Bamba, did you?
No, I didn't.
Yo no soy marinero. Yo no soy marinero. Soy capitán, soy capitán.
Pee Wee, nobody knows.
Bamba, bamba.
Little Wing by Jimi Hendrix.
Pee Wee, it's a song called La Bamba. How old are you, Pee Wee? You're probably way too young to know anything about that music. What other kind of music do you like, Granny? Do you just like more Christian style music, or do you like any of the old country music or anything like that? Or like bluesy music or anything?
There's probably some that I like, but I don't, I can't just tell you offhand.
Yeah, it's just something you'd have to hear to know if you liked it or
Yes,
not, huh?
right.
Robert said, how about Johnny Cash? Did you like Johnny Cash?
I may like him.
The Man in Black.
I don't, I guess I didn't like him enough to set him apart and have him as a favorite.
Yeah.
Surely I'd know it.
Right. Tuxie, our friend in New Zealand, said, apart from don't drink beer, what's some good advice you can give a man in his 40s that has a 7-year-old son? Do you have any good advice for a man with a 7-year-old son that's in his 40s other than don't drink beer?
Uh, just be careful to let him know who's the boss of the house, but do it in a kind. Teach him.
Yeah.
Teach him.
Yeah.
Who's the boss?
Yeah. Teach him to be respectful and stuff like children, like kids used to be, huh?
You're right. And you don't have to. There's a way to do it. Don't do it when you're mad.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good.
Robert said Granny was the boss. We all know that now. Oh, we know it.
Granny still, what do you mean was the boss? Granny still is the boss.
Baba, she was, yes, Grandma Pearl. She was the boss, but Baba was the enforcer, right?
You would make the rules, and if they weren't followed, Baba would make sure they
I'll
was
tell a
handled,
story.
huh?
I'll tell a story. There was one time, I don't know where Mom and Dad were at, but I was staying with Granny and Baba, and I went out on a date. And we came back to the house, and she said to be in by, was it 11?
I don't know. It was late enough.
Well, I didn't come in on time, and she had already come to the door and said, come in the house. Well, I didn't come in time, and my Baba come to the door, and he said, your granny said, get in this house.
Right now.
And I was gone. I did not stay outside any longer.
Tuxie said that sums my son up 100%. My son is raised to show other people respect, and you will be given the same respect. Those that don't respect you, you don't want in your life. That's absolutely right.
Yeah.
Yes, Jamie. That's why her nickname's Trouble.
Jamie said, you're trouble, Taryn.
Robert's heard that story.
Robert said, I've heard that story, and I still like hearing it.
That's because she's a troublemaker, Robert. We got to watch her. I still love her, though.
Y'all, look at these long fingernails. Aren't they pretty? She's grown long fingernails like that forever. I love them. I'm always envious.
You've got long nails, but she cost you money.
Yeah, they cost me money.
Jamie
Money I don't like spending.
Jamie said that's why y'all are sisters.
Right?
Oh, Lord. I can just see it whenever we finally meet you in person. Y'all going to be on the troublemaker list. Ooh, Look at me adding hearts in the little chat. See all those?
Look, I can do it too.
No, you gotta hit it after you click on it. I think that sends like, it shows people like this is an active channel and puts more people involved.
She won't ever be seeing no retirement home as long as she can handle it, huh?
Granny ain't ever gonna go to no retirement.
Tuxie said, DAMN, Granny with fingernails like that, you will be the heartbreaker at the retirement home.
Hello, Shannon.
Hi, Shannon. Jamie said Frank Sinatra.
Do you like Frank Sinatra?
Did you like Frank Sinatra?
I don't.
The Rat Pack?
I couldn't even tell you what he sung. No, I don't know.
Hi, Shannon.
She wasn't ever allowed to listen to music. My mama always was the one playing the music. As loud as she could.
Yeah.
Yes, sir, Robert. Shannon, where are you from? Welcome to the channel. If you haven't done it, go subscribe if you would, please. We're just chatting with Granny tonight. Granny's 100 years old. She's born in 1924. She'll be 101 in February. So we're chatting with her tonight, and we just do random stuff. You'll see by all of our videos, all of our previous lives, and all of our shorts and stuff. We do a little bit of everything here.
We are very random. This looks like Laffy Taffy.
Jamie said that happened to her husband too. He wasn't allowed to listen to music.
Why wasn't he allowed to listen to music?
You know, a lot of
Feels greasy, don't it?
kids, a lot of kids that growing up that were heavily involved in different churches and stuff, you know, they didn't watch TV and listen to music and stuff like that, secular stuff, because it was against the rules of their church and stuff.
It's greasy, fatal.
You know, it may not have necessarily been against the Bible, but it was against the rules and stuff in their church, and they were taught to honor and obey what their preachers and their pastors and stuff asked them to do. So
Yeah. And now they just live like everybody else. Do everything that they do.
yeah,
Well, not everything.
a lot of censorship. Yeah, there used to be a lot of censorship, and now there's not enough censorship.
Yeah. One extreme to the other.
Yeah, you're right. Tuxie said that his father passed away when he was 69 years old, and he asked him one time to borrow $5,000 to help him buy a car, and his daddy told him, if you don't have the money now, you can't afford it. He said, I never asked him for money again.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Aaron. Yes, absolutely. Jesus is Lord. You are absolutely correct, my friend. We speak a lot about Jesus on this channel. We pray for people. We'll take you to church with us on Sundays and Wednesdays. You can ask Jamie and Robert. They've attended online. They've attended several of our church services because I stream them. Jamie, she's not eating anything. She's got.
It looks like Laffy Taffy, but it's
she's
not.
got silly putty stuff that they want her to pull and shape and form and stuff to help her with her strength in her hands.
Does
Yes,
it feel
Aaron,
slimy to you?
absolutely. It's hard to walk
Does it
the
feel
walk,
slimy
but it
to
is
you?
very much worth the struggle.
Slimy.
Yeah, it's kind of got a greasy feel to it.
Mm.
It reminds me of that, is it silly putty?
Yeah,
that you used to put in the newspaper and it would have the print on it.
yeah, it's like silly putty. Whew. Robert, you got no idea. I really wish you could have been at our service. I wish we could have stayed live Wednesday. But talking about the pastor speaking directly to you, that is absolutely correct. Aaron Sloat, Messianic Jew. Awesome. We are actually Pentecostal.
Is it easier tonight than it was today?
I don't know, but this is the hardest to do. Harder than,
Oh, that squeezing. Yeah, it's supposed to be harder. It's to help you gain your strength back.
But the more you do it, the more it warms up, the softer it'll get.
There you go.
it don't get soft enough.
Pull it like she showed you to do today. There you go. And then bend it in half.
Yeah, Granny's just, we got little things in here that she'll do throughout the day to kind of keep her strength up in her hands and stuff. And then she's got
She's got a can of enchilada sauce,
a soup can
lift
that she
weights.
can lift. And then she's got some other
a
little
little Sonic squishy squeeze on,
squeezers, and then her little rubber band
and
thing.
then her
that she
rubber
can-
band she stretches.
And then we'll get her up if she ain't in here passed out in that chair. We'll get her up and she'll walk laps back and forth to the front door. I know, Robert. Robert said, "Don't let Granny be doing that too long. Then if you get out of line, she'll kick your butt. She'll get all that strength up, and then she'll be wanting to whoop on people, won't she, Robert?"
Tell us, while you're doing that, tell us the story about you meeting Baba at the train station.
I hear the train.
Don't let her little demeanor fool you. She's feisty.
Next up, Rambo Granny. The workout with canned enchilada sauces are great. She does real good, Jamie. She's been doing real good with her physical therapy and everything. We proud of her for almost 101 years old. She's still kicking butt and taking names. Ain't that right?
That's right.
Tell us about the train station.
Oh, Shay, get one of your new business cards and hold it up in front of the camera real quick.
Okay, she's going to tell us about the
I've
train
got
station.
one. You told me to keep the one.
Yeah, you got one sitting over there. I'm gonna let Taryn hold it up in front of the screen in a minute so everybody can see it.
But first, you got to tell us about the train station.
I hear the train a coming. It's coming round the bend.
Which trip?
Which trip?
Well,
The one where you went by yourself.
oh, he didn't even know if he would still be there. And he called and he wanted me to come to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
So you got on the train by yourself.
Yeah,
All 4 foot of you
yeah.
got on the train and went to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania by yourself, and he didn't even know if he'd still be there by the time you arrived.
Was he still there?
Yeah. But he didn't know it was going to be. I'm dead. And I didn't have any more sense than to do it.
Back then, how much did it cost you to get on that
Robert,
train?
for sure.
I don't even know that. I don't know.
So how long did you stay there?
Probably 65 cents.
I don't think I know how long I stayed. Until he knew he was gonna.
Till it was time for him to go,
Well,
huh?
Where did you stay while you were there?
We rented a room in a woman's house on, I think it was 24. There was a 24 in that number, house number.
You remember the house number? You said it was a 24? Is that what you said?
24 something.
The 24 is what was, I have been remembering exactly, but it was like, almost like,
Like your address here. Right.
Like 2404 almost.
yeah.
Well,
Wow.
that's awesome.
She's still remembering the apartment number or the room, the place where they stayed at whenever she went to Pennsylvania, Jamie. And that's been, what, 80 years ago?
Well, I imagine.
75 years ago?
I would imagine.
Do you remember the woman's name that you rented from?
Woman. You know, that woman.
I don't think I did.
Granny has the best hair I've ever seen. They like your hair, Pearl.
Well, thank you very much.
Granny, what did Bobo do in the service? What was his job? Do you remember?
He was a cook.
He was a cook. That's pretty neat.
Did he cook any after he got out of this when he came home? I don't remember him ever cooking.
He liked to cook breakfast. And he would help, like he'd peel potatoes while I did something else.
Right.
He'd help on other things, but he liked to cook breakfast.
Huh.
So I know a lot in the older days like that, men and women had their places, you know what I'm saying, in relationships and society and stuff like that. Like men did all the heavy lifting work and the outside work and all that stuff, and women did the take care of the house and the, dishes and laundry and doing cooking and stuff. Did y'all have a typical marriage like that most of the time? Or were y'all pretty 50-50 with anything y'all did like Taryn and I do?
Well, now he didn't know enough about cooking to get in the kitchen and just cook whatever was there.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have known how to cook a roast or...
Yeah, he was just more like a line cook or whatever in the military, just cooking in a mess hall or whatever. So when he went after that, he knew enough to cook, but didn't know how to do recipe, like big meals and stuff.
And he didn't do anything like that. Now, one time he attempted to make biscuits, but I think he had bit off more than he could chew.
Did he ever do laundry and stuff like that?
I don't think so.
If you probably kept a pretty tidy house whenever you were
Did she ever?
younger and stuff. Did he ever help you with any housework stuff? Like,
yeah.
Without you saying, Dewey, can you get up and do this or whatever? Did he just offer to help you with stuff? And
yeah, and if the kitchen needed mopping, he didn't see that he didn't see that the kitchen needed mopping until I got the mop, and then he would have took it away from me or whatever.
Yeah.
But he and I never could understand why he couldn't see
why he didn't reach out to do it beforehand.
Yeah.
But at least he did it whenever he thought you were gonna have to do it, huh?
Yeah.
Well, you know, men are dirt blind, don't you?
Well, no.
Well, we try not to notice all that dirt stuff unless somebody else notices it, and then we'll clean it up.
Well, I guess that was his thinking too.
Robert said, "Tell Granny I know how to cook and clean and make beds and bounce a quarter off them. I got her."
Well, he might be a good catch.
All right, y'all. Pay attention to your screen. Maybe screenshot or whatever. Taryn's going to show you her new business cards.
Here.
She's going to show you her brand new business cards, and you can screenshot that, and then she'll show you a thing on the back that has all of our QR codes for all of our different Facebooks and YouTubes and Instagrams and all that stuff. If you can see it, that looks a little blurry looking. Tilt it down just a little bit where it's not. Tilt your hand down some. Right there. Too much. So anyway, if you guys can see that, screenshot it if it gets clear enough for you, and then
Wonder if it would do better if I did it like this.
it got real clear on there for a few minutes. But anyway, that's our that's her new business cards I had made for her for Christmas. And it's got all of our socials information on it and stuff. And then the back of it has all the QR codes. Then they link, if you scan one of those QR codes, they link directly to our Robert, you better watch it, buddy. Robert said he's reading about how to take care of Navy guys because they have no clue. Robert, you're hurting my feelings. You know Navy guys are sensitive.
They're yensitive.
We're so very sensitive.
I've had my business for a little while, Jamie.
Yeah, Jamie, she's had her business for several years now. That's what she does with all those quilted pillows and the shirts that she makes and all that stuff. She's got them in a storefront downtown.
Girl, I can't keep up with myself. Here you go. Here's your card back. Jamie, have you not seen my hand-stitched pillows?
We'll have to...
Go grab my hoop off the bar.
Oh, hang on, and I'll bring one of her pillows in here so y'all can hear one of her stitchings in here.
Just bring the bag and all of it, because I've got another pillow in there that don't have a hoop on it.
I'm going to the restroom over here.
Okay, I just recently finished this one.
That is all hand stitched. Every single bit of that is done by hand with different colors of floss. That's what they call floss instead of thread.
I've still got to wash it and iron it. And then I'm working on this one right now. It's Santa Claus. And I don't have them with me right now, but I have some other pillows. Again, what? And then I have some other pillows that I take old quilts and I cut them up and I make pillows with little quotes and stuff on them. Granny used to let me come over to her house when I was a kid. Ooh. and she would let me play with her iron, and I would iron things. Do you really? Anyway, she'd let me play with her iron, and I would iron, and I would watch her sew. And she's actually, oh, what's it called? Crocheted me a blanket before. You're asking in a good way.
Do you not have any of your pillows or anything you've made here? Don't you have something you've made Granny, like a pillow or something?
She's got a pillow that I stitched that says duh, but it's just like these. But I don't think she has. You don't have one of my quilted pillows, do you?
I think that's all.
Well, I'll be. All these years she's been making handmade quilted pillows, and she ain't got you one over here, Granny? My gosh, if I was making quilted pillows, I'd have my granny one. Just saying.
Do you want to really blow up sales with comforters and pillows? I'm so confused, Robert. I'm not sure what you mean. I would really like to blow up my sales, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure what you mean.
Yes, she would like, if you have ideas on how to make more sales and stuff, yes, she would like to know about them.
I try to sew. I'm not sure about how good at it I am. Can you play a song for me? What kind of song you want us to play? Girl, I will try to make anything.
Tuxie said, I'm a man who likes hunting and drinking beer. A real man's man, but I like your crochet. Cool, bro. We're not playing any music tonight, bud. We're just doing question and answers with Granny and hanging out with everybody. Maybe one of the next lives or whatever, we can play you some music.
Jamie, one time Bill wrote me a little love note when we first started dating, and I think I've showed it before. It's on one of my videos of our bedroom, I think. Anyway, he wrote me a love note one time, and I took the love note and I've stitched it onto a pillow in his handwriting.
She transposed my exact handwriting and did it onto a pillow, so now she's got it permanently forever. Hand stitched on a pillow.
You about ready for bed?
When y'all get ready.
You getting ready? I can't hardly keep my eyes open.
Pearl, tell her to quit whining. She ain't almost 101. She's just barely 47.
Well, I'm thinking it's 11 o'clock.
It don't mean you can't tell the time, does it?
Right. Oh.
On a long, lonesome highway, east of Omaha.
Okay, Tuxie said, Granny, tell us a funny story before you go to bed.
Yes, I know, Robert. When I get the time to do it, I promise you I will. We've been so busy.
Tell us a funny story before you go to bed.
Jamie, we love you too.
Well, I'm glad.
Do you have any funny stories? Tell us a funny story.
Well, this one is funny. It's not funny, really. 'Cause he got hurt. So it's not really a funny story.
But you're laughing.
But the way it happened may be funny?
Yeah.
Okay, tell us about it.
He was gonna shake up a can of juice, pineapple juice, orange juice, some kind of juice. I don't remember what. But he got it, and he got a little too frisky with it. And I guess he fell, lost his balance and fell. And punctured his head back there. See, I don't know if we'd took him to the doctor. I guess we did, but anyway, I'm sure they didn't.
So he was, and juice back then. All the juice was in the big cans and stuff. Huh? You had to punch them open.
Yeah, that's.
So he was trying to shake one of them up and fell and knocked his head with it.
Knocked his head on cabinet or I don't know what.
How hard was he trying to shake that thing?
Well, he got to kind of showing out.
You tell him that'll teach you.
He learned.
He learned real quick, didn't he?
Taught himself.
Oh, that's funny.
So
Jamie said, "Oh my gosh."
it wasn't funny when he got hurt.
Right.
But until then.
Funny looking back on it, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Like Terrence. I may be laughing, but it ain't funny. Hi, Pee Wee. We see you're back. On a long, lonesome highway east of Omaha.
Omaha.
And listen to the engines.
Let me go get a picture of Bob so they'll know who we're talking about.
Think about the woman or the girl you knew the night before. As your thoughts will soon be wandering where they always do. Oh. Gonna go back home at 4 o'clock after I'm done fishing. Pee Wee, you still got a bunch of fishing left to do, huh?
Okay, y'all. This is my Baba. This is who we've been talking about.
Jamie, we're glad you're with us. Y'all see that handsome man right there? That was Terrence Bawball. That was Dewey. That was Granny's husband. And I didn't get to meet him before Taryn and I got married, but I will tell you that Granny and Taryn and Lana and everybody says that Dewey and I do a lot of stuff alike.
Yeah.
He loved his family, and he loved God, and he liked to do leather work.
Yes, y'all.
And he liked to eat fish.
Hey, that stool, that leather stool in there, did he make that?
Did he make that leather stool that's in there?
He probably did. I don't know about having the wood on it if he did.
Well, but the leather part, the tooled leather and stuff.
He probably
you
did.
need to bring that and show it to him. She's gonna this little 3-leg stool that she's gonna bring in here was what her grandfather used to do. He used to own his own leather shop, and he would hand tool leather, and he did hand tooled leather for the sheriff's departments and all kinds of stuff. Like, he was pretty well known for his leather work.
Mm-hmm.
But
Belts and
belts,
Bible covers.
Yeah, wallets and all kinds of stuff. Hey, nurse, how are you? Greetings from Texas.
Okay.
Nurse Dara is in Los Angeles. We're glad to have you from Los Angeles. Can y'all see that? That is a hand-tooled leather stool that Granny's husband Dewey, Terrence Bawball, did. And that's all hand-tooled leather. He was so talented. Like I said, he did saddles, and he did, I mean, just about everything you can think of.
He could take a saddle that was dirty and looked like junk,
Mm-hmm.
and clean it up and repair it if it needed it. You wouldn't think it was the same saddle. And he loved doing it.
Yeah. Well, a lot of times they say if you get into something like that you love doing, it's not a job,
Yeah.
You don't look at it as a job because you love to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Nurse Dara, how are you tonight? We're glad to have you in on our live. This is the first
Los Angeles.
First time we've seen you in. We hope you'll subscribe to our channel and follow our journey. I try, Jamie. I really do. I try to be very good to my wife, and I try to treat her like a queen.
He does.
She's spoiled rotten, I can tell you that much. God, is she ever spoiled rotten.
You want to take that over there and I get her in the bed?
Yeah. All right. All of y'all say goodnight to Granny. We're fixing to let Taryn get her in bed, and I'll take you guys back in the living room with me, and we'll continue to chat a little bit.
Good night. Good night, everybody.
All right, Granny, blow them kisses. That's what I'm talking about. All right, y'all. We're going to let Granny get in bed, and we're going to go. I'm going to head into the living room and hang out for a little bit, and we'll continue to chat for a little bit until Taryn and I get ready to get in bed, which may or may not be too very long, because I've been up since early. I got up and went to the gym this morning, and Lachey, tell Granny Tuxie said all the best. You are loved by people all the way around the world. Yeah, from New Zealand. And Jamie said kisses to Granny Pearl. Y'all, Granny really enjoys being on the YouTube channel and talking to you guys and hanging out. It's good for her to, have other people get to ask her questions and stuff like that too. And a lot of times you'll ask her something and she'll really, it may seem like she's not answering the question or whatever, but a lot of times she really thinks about what she wants to say. And sometimes it may take her just a little bit, but she's got the best advice and the most genuine stories and whatever. Do you put more wood on when you do the glaze part for extra smoke flavor? Tuxie, whenever I'm doing my pork belly burn-ins, after I put my barbecue glaze or whatever I'm glazing with, after I put that, my brown sugar and butter on, I do put one or two more small chunks on there, just so they can have a lot more smoke to them. And a lot of times, Tuxie, I'll take some small chunks of wood and I'll soak them in water. That way, when I put them on the hot coals, it smokes a whole lot. If you haven't tried it that way, try it once or twice. You'll get a whole bunch of like concentrated smoke flavor real quick. It's a Christmas miracle. My papa passed away at 102 years. Wow. Jamie, we're really glad you're with us. We're glad that you have made us a part of the family. You've become a part of ours. you know, Granny at 100 and fixing to be 101 years old, she just thinks she's a burden on people, and she's really not. I mean, we enjoy being able to spend this time with her a couple times a week, and you know, it helps out the Taryn's mom and her aunt from having to be here all the time, and we can rotate out with them and get to spend time with Granny at the same time. That way, we're not missing out on these last years, you know. Yep, we're on the same page today. I done sweet Thai chili with brown sugar and honey for burn ends. Mexican sausage, burn ends, barbecue, brown sugar and honey.
Brown sugar and honey.
Tuxie, he was doing pork belly burn ends today and did them with sweet Thai chili, brown sugar and honey. And then he did some,
supper.
and then he did some Kransky sausage burn ends with brown sugar and honey. That sounds real good.
They need recipes that.
Jamie, I very well think that y'all could be sisters. She probably y'all are actually a lot alike. Just the you know what we know about you from being on here. I think it's neat though. Y'all would get along really well. I think we would all get along really well. Y'all ain't gonna know what to think. Y'all aren't gonna know what to think after Christmas and stuff's over and I trim all this down. Y'all gonna get to see most of my real face. What?
Maybe I don't want it all gone.
Baby, if you don't want it gone, I'll leave it. I will ZZ top this son of a gun. I'll have it down to here and I'll start saying, how.
I need this right here to start showing the effects of what I've been doing.
No recipe. I just add stuff while drinking beer. Usually turns out all right. I don't use recipes either. Either. I don't either. Hey, Tuxie, next time try Sweet Baby Ray's brown sugar barbecue sauce, a little bit of brown sugar, mustard, and just a tiny bit of liquid smoke all mixed up together and drizzled over the top of your burn ends before you put them back in. It's good. You wouldn't believe the difference that the mustard gives them. Yep, cayenne's a good one too. I've usually got all that stuff in my seasonings. I usually don't do any more dry seasonings at the end. I usually do all those as I cook them. And a lot of times some people will cook their pork belly burn ends. They'll do the whole flat of pork belly, and they'll smoke it and then cut it up. I don't ever use mustard powder. I use mustard powder in other recipes, but for my burn ends, I don't use mustard powder. I use straight yellow mustard that after they're done. That way I can use them in the glaze. MAGA, yes sir, MAGA all day. I think everybody that's on here is MAGA. Lemon, pepper, and honey. That sounds pretty good. I like lemon pepper wings. James, what's happening from San Antonio? We are from close to Tyler, Texas. Um, Tuxie, I bet that's good. Let's see. Who said? James from San Antonio, Texas. That's awesome. James, how old are you? We're actually from Big Sandy, Texas. Matt Torrance, yes sir. Trump all day, every day. I'll give it a go. Gave it red food coloring for the Thai chili for the Oriental look. 21 years old. What's happening, guys? Jamie, we got work to do. Yes, we got work to do for this whole country. Hey, noob, what's happening? We've been on here talking for the last hour and some odd change with Granny. You missed it. We're just now putting her in bed. You guys, anybody that's on here, if you have not been able to yet, please go subscribe to our channel. We're went and saw the new Wicked movie. We don't really go to the movies much. We'll usually watch things at home if we want to watch them. I don't know which one is the new Wicked movie, and I will tell y'all that new movie, and I don't know if that's the one that you went and saw. I can't remember the name of it, but it's the movie with Jack Black where he's dressed as Santa Claus. It's called what? Satan. It's called Satan. There's a new movie with Jack Black in it where he looks like he's dressed as Santa Claus. It is all about teaching kids about Satan. There's no way in the world that I would recommend, take, or let anybody I know go watch that movie. That is ridiculous to try to teach our children and stuff about Satan. And I really can't believe that they're making a movie. They're pushing it so bad now, and it's just ridiculous. Everything's on the last stretch of cooking. I done some mac and cheese also. No vegetables, no salad, meat and pasta only. Hey, Tuxie, next time you do your mac and cheese, get some Parmesan and truffle oil and put in your macaroni and cheese. I promise you, you will thank me later. DF, are you talking about me and my wife? We've been married for April will be 9 years. We've been together for 10. What movie? I had no idea. Yeah, Google search it. It's the brand new Jack Black movie. I think Taryn said it may be called Satan. I don't know, but he plays Satan. But he's dressed on the cover of it. It's Jack Black, and he's dressed as Santa Claus, and it's teaching everybody that watches it about Satan. It's promoting Satan. DF, if you haven't done it, please go subscribe to our channel. If you guys can think of anybody to invite or share the channel with, or even if you share a video or whatever, get it out there. We could.
Henry, can I eat the rest of this salad?
Yes, ma'am. We could actually use. I think we've got about 800 watch hours on our videos, and we have to get 3,000 in order to be a what's it called?
We have to get 500 to be able to start making money.
We have to have 3,000 watch hours for it to be like a subscription channel or whatever. You guys won't have to pay. I mean, it helps us. But we've got 600 and something or 700, 800 hours, something like that. But we have to have 3,000 watch hours. So if you guys, I don't know if it counts on just lives or if it's just on
bless it.
shorts or videos or whatever, but if you guys don't mind, just check them out. Is that good stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. I'm going to show them. So this, you guys probably can't see it real good. This salad right here is called a sunflower crunch salad, and it's made with
Cabbage.
it's made with red and green cabbage, carrots, sunflower seeds, a sweet vinaigrette.
Has it got the onion? Is it the sweet onion?
Yeah, sweet onion vinaigrette, and bacon, and it's good. Tuxie said, "Was I religious before service?" I'm only asking because no doubt you've had some horrible experiences. Um, no, I wasn't. I believed in God, and I believed in the Bible and stuff, but I wasn't a religious person. I didn't attend church, and I didn't read the Bible or anything like that. Except maybe on very rare occasion. Yeah, I saw plenty of things I didn't care to see in the military, and I paid the price for it for a while just through, like night terrors and anxiety and panic attacks and stuff. But I've learned over time how to control it more. But every once in a while, I still get things that bother me. Or if I talk about something from the past, maybe it can bring up something, but I've pretty much learned to deal with most of it. There's very few things that I just really try not to talk about or try not to relive, but for the most part, I'm pretty good. Did you see Jamie?
You're better. You're even better now than you were when we first got married.
Yeah. I used to still wake up a lot whenever we were getting married and have like night terrors and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So in the last
And I
almost
also think you've gotten more comfortable talking about things that happened over there.
yeah. Well, I
It's
guess
got kale in it too.
I guess as the time goes by, it's a little bit easier. But
Well, I think it makes a difference knowing you've got somebody that you can actually confide in, because before you couldn't.
yeah, right, Tuxie,
Where's Tuxie from?
New Zealand. Did you have a lot of insomnia because of it? I can't say that I had insomnia, but I was able to get in bed and go to sleep. Staying asleep was what my problem was. I would, wake up all through the night, or I'd wake up in a pool of sweat, or I would, um, and I know this sounds silly, but I would have lots and lots of bad dreams or recurring nightmares about stuff from the military, and it would be bad enough that it would wake me up and I would be like drenched in sweat. but when I woke up, I wouldn't remember all of it, if that makes sense to you. I mean, I know I was having these dreams, but I couldn't remember all of what I was having. And I still, to this day, I still have, I probably have dreams all night long, but a lot of times I can't remember that I've dreamed anything. Um, and it probably sounds silly, but I think I've learned how to like not remember my dreams, almost like a self-help mechanism or something, like, because you don't want to deal with that kind of stuff. But I've seen more than I care to see in the military, and lost more people than I care to lose, and um, been a part of more things than I'd like to be a part of. But it's all stuff that you can't take back now. And then I've had I don't know, I had a top secret security clearance because of my job classification in the military, ejection seats, and dealt with explosives and all that stuff. So I had a secret security clearance. So there's lots of things that, and I mean, even Robert can tell you there are lots of things that you know and are a part of in the military that you can never talk about, that you can never tell anybody. I don't care who it is. You're you're sworn to it. But anyway, it is what it is.
Did you say Nancy was the one that you talked to at Brookshire's?
Nancy Wallace, yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and tell them to ask prayer for.
It doesn't
Okay,
sound
Nancy.
silly. I know what you mean. I've attended a lot of car accidents, and I would swallow it all over copymechanism. Staying in my driveway after a shift. I completely agree. I've done that also. I did the volunteer fire department for a while.
Don't say your last name. Don't say what it is, but just ask.
All right, so guys, I know there's only 2 or 3 of you on here with me right now, but we have a very good friend of ours.
Her name's Nancy.
Her name's Nancy. I'm not going to go into her last name, but she got a really bad diagnosis today at a doctor's appointment, and she's really scared about it. I guess I can say that.
No, I would just say that and just ask for prayers.
Anyway, she's really scared about it. It could be a very serious thing, but I told her when I ran into her today at the store, I said, I just said it out of the blue. I said, you know what? I said, I don't believe that. I said, I rebuke that in the name of Jesus. And when you go back to the doctor, that's going to be cleared up and you're no longer going to have that problem. And she just had this look of amazement on her face, like, how can you have so much faith? And she said, you know what? She said, I'm going to believe that. I'm going to believe that. So if you guys would just say a little prayer for our friend Nancy tonight. Tuxie, it don't matter if you're religious or not, a prayer is a prayer, brother. Hours, I was staying in the truck before I brought it into my house and saw my family. It's crazy, Tuxie, that you say that kind of stuff, because I would go, after I originally got out of the military, I worked as a government contractor for another 7 years on a military base. And I remember going to work, and I would come home from work and I would like sit in the driveway or sit in the garage for hours and never go in the house. Like, just didn't, I don't know if I didn't want to be around people or what it was. Yes, ma'am, Jamie. Them prayers changes things, don't they, babe? What you doing over there, lady? You book facing?
Listening to you.
Use a book facing. Is that salad good?
Mm-hmm.
Huh? You didn't even save me none?
You said I could eat it.
Well, I thought you at least asked me if I wanted to buy it or save it to me. Save it for me. Baby, you want some of this? I said, no, baby.
Too bad, so sad.
That's okay, baby. You go ahead and eat it. I'll be fine.
Too bad, so sad.
Oh, too bad for you.
We only got one
One what?
person.
I don't believe that.
I think everybody fell asleep.
No, I don't know why. You know what? Sometimes, but we've had 4, 5, 6 people in there talking to us before, and it say we'd had 0 people watching. Remember? I don't think YouTube can get its poop together. Who all still on with us? If you're still on here live with us, say me in the chat. Jamie's still here.
Jamie, she's always so dependable.
Noob's still here. Thank you guys for still being here.
I'm noob.
We got one more. Who is it? Who is it? Who is it?
It's
Hello?
probably Trenton David Garner.
It's not Trenton David Garner. Maybe Robert, unless Robert done fell asleep while I was watching. Robert, we know you're old and you've probably overdosed on some crayons, but are you still there? New Zealand. Oh, Tuxie's still there. What's that, Jamie? What favor do you need?
She wants to see my face.
Tuxie, it's true. It's definitely a real thing. So in New Zealand, y'all call it tapu. Just that negative energy feeling. Jamie, what's your favorite, sister? You want to see this pretty woman over here? She's over here eating her salad. Didn't even give me a bite. Look at her. She's chomping away. Not even save me none. She would like a filet mignon. No, she wouldn't either. She's not a big red meat person. It jacks her
Not
stomach
now,
up.
I'm not. Girl, I can put the steak away. I love steak.
Hey, but we did steak and potatoes, yes, ma'am. But we did get invited to go on the 20th.
Oh, yes.
On the 20th, we're going to Texas de Brazil, which is a Brazilian steakhouse, if any of you have heard of it.
I will be messed up for a month.
And it's where the churrascos come around to your table and they slice off the different cuts of meat and stuff table side. And I think this Texas de Brazil, I think, has 26 different cuts of meat. They do
serve us
everything.
26 different things.
That's how many they've got on their menu. A lot of them you have to ask for. But
Well, I want to see a menu next time.
yes, she definitely loves sweet potatoes and sweet potato fries. I love sweet potato fries too. Them things are so good. Jamie, you never told me what your favorite was. Are you telling me you want a filet mignon and some potatoes? I mean, if you ever come visit, all you gotta do is tell us when. We'll have some good food cooked up. Cheetah bomb. That's awesome. Tuxie, not to be rude or anything, but I'm genuinely asking, do you guys in New Zealand, do you guys have that sort of like Australian sound, like to your
Accent.
accents and stuff?
You know, like you can tell we're from Texas.
You can't tell I'm from Texas. I mean, maybe you, because you sound like cornbread and baked beans, but
Cornbread and butter.
do you guys say like g'day and stuff like that? Jamie said, I like chicken fingers. I'm boring. You would like what I made tonight, Jamie. Tell her, baby. That chicken I made tonight make your toes curl up. I say,
We have the same kind of socks on.
mm-hmm. Now we got 5 people. All right, besides Jamie and Tuxie and Noob, who do we have online? Who's in this live? I like chicken fingers. I'm boring, but I have to have my dipping sauces. I say, who else is in this live? Tell me who you is. Oh, sorry. I don't think New Zealand and Australian sounds exactly the same. I just mean that sort of like different sound to your voices. Spicoli, it was me. I'm the one who farted, huh? Hey. Not really. I really didn't, but I just thought I was going to try to be funny. Was I funny? Did you think I was funny? Spicoli, tell me I was funny. I'm here, but 6 are left. Hey. So now it's Jamie and Tuxie and Noob and Spicoli. I haven't heard from Robert in a little while. I guess Robert fell asleep. That's what happens when you get old, like that Marine. Smoking a pancake. Hey. When Kiwi said different words, everyone laughs apparently. When they say 6, it sounds like sex. When they say Ben, it sounds like bin. He had too many crayons. I'm with you, Noob. That's what I asked a while ago, if he was ODing on crayons. I need you guys to help us pray for Robert too. Robert's been going through a lot of stuff with chemo and not feeling well,
And heartbreak.
and lost his wife a little while back. And Robert has a hard time too. We've enjoyed letting him be a part of our family on here, so y'all keep Robert in your prayers too. Jamie, nobody's saying anything, and I can talk all night, and that's not good. Jamie, do you see us? Do we ever shut up? I mean, one of us might, because she ain't saying anything, but I'm like a record, and when I get to the end, I just put it back over here and start again. And then just start again. I'm really not. I'll be tired here before too long. I did get up and go to the gym this morning, and I will be getting up and going to the gym again in the morning. Tuxie, any vowels we seem to say softly and pronounce consonants with emphasis. I can see that. But I can tell, like, if I had somebody from New Zealand and somebody from Australia in the same room, you can tell a difference in the way they enunciate their words and stuff. Jamie, when are y'all coming to visit us in Texas? Your friend over here wants to meet you. She said, do it. Do it now. Are you watching Dr. Pimple Popper?
Mm-mm.
Ooh,
It's an ingrown hair.
that's an ingrown forest.
Well, it just keeps coming.
That's what she said. What? I whispered.
Oh my gosh.
What? I'll be right over. I'm holding my breath. What is up with these people in these weird holes full of hair in their body?
What's it say?
Do you have zits, Bill? Very,
On
very
his
few.
butt?
Very few. I'm pretty clean skinned. I have got some like on the ends of my nose and stuff before, but I don't have any like whiteheads or blackheads really like on my face or anything like that. I do get some on my shoulders and I do get some on my shoulders and stuff, and then like Taryn said, I get them on my butt. Oh yeah, yes, I know how that goes, Jamie. Because I promise you, if Taryn sees one on me, she's going to pop it. She said, "Be careful. I'm always trying to find them on my husband." Yeah, Tuxie, you're right. Jamie said her husband hates it, but she loves to pop them. Y'all know we've been on this live for 2 hours and 24 minutes.
Look, Tom Brady come over and autographed this boy's shoe. He's a rookie.
Joe B. Get a hold of who? Jamie said she loves Tom Brady. Said she scared her husband. He had a black head on his forehead and she went in.
Huh?
Granny said you can't do anything in your triangle zone,
T-zone.
T-zone. You're not supposed to pop anything in your forehead or down your face. That was her.
It's your
her.
triangle. It's like this. It's a triangle.
It's like this.
It's across here and down this way.
You're down that way. You're down like Doo-Doo Brown. Huh?
William Turner.
What, baby?
Oh my God.
What is wrong with you? She said Brady is the best. I love his butt chin. Huh? Do what? Nuh-uh. No.
Yes, I
No. It's in my hand. Mm-mm. Negatory. Said no to what? We being crazy? Ooh, your battery's fixing to go dead. 10 minutes, last glaze and smoke. We're on the home stretch. Oh yeah, Tuxie, it's about to be time to eat, buddy. She crazy. She cray for show. But I love her. How long have you been married for? We're going on 9 years in April and 10 years together. March will be 10 years together, and then April will be 9 years married. So we were together for a little over a year before we got married. But we've known each other since we were like 4 or 5 years old. Jamie's, they'll be married 7 years on November 27th. Or they were married 7 years on November 27th. I'm the same way, Tuxie. But a lot of times, if I'm smoking brisket or cooking or something that I've had on the smoker for a long time or something I've put a lot into, like I snack like throughout, or I taste test, or I do this or that. And by the time it comes time for the actual meal, I'm like, yeah, I'll have a little bit. Tuxie, we've tried a lot here lately not to do any takeout food. If we're having to be out in town for an extended period during the day or something other, we may do something out, or we may go in a restaurant and eat out or whatever. But we have really tried to start eating a lot at home, and I actually cooked up a lot of pre-made, like meal prep meals. I did a bunch of freezer meals where we could just take them out, heat them up, and everything's already made for us. Hmm,
Almost.
then that's a no.
I'm still hungry.
Still hungry. You got grapes left?
A little, not many.
You gonna save those for Granny, or you want to eat them? And I'll get you.
Granny.
I can get you some more in the morning if you want me to on the way home from the gym.
That's so funny. Look.
Who was that? I saw her.
Hang on.
Yeah. What's everybody's favorite foods? Tuxie, what's your favorite kind of food? Jamie, what's your favorite kind of food? And anybody else who's still, we got 7 people on. Who else is in here right now on the live? Who's on this live stream up in her with
Hey, look.
me?
This girl posted this picture,
She looks like.
and she tagged Joellen Tefteller in it.
Mm-hmm.
Look who's sitting in the back.
Nick.
And his new wife.
Mm-hmm. And probably over on the other side of that booth is Duber.
Looks like they're alone.
Noob at gaming. I like mixed vegetables or salads. I like both of those also. I pretty much like all kinds of foods. I don't have a specific food that's my favorite,
What?
but I do not, I repeat, I do not like sour cream. Sour cream makes me sick and I will puke every time.
Okay.
Tuxie, sausages with mashed potatoes and onion gravy. That sounds good. Meat and potatoes, Jamie, that sounds good too. Popcorn, M&Ms, butter. Whatever. Only one way to find out.
Right.
And gravy, peas and I like peas and carrots. Mama said life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. I like everything. I like sushi. I like Korean food. Ugh. I like Japanese. I like hibachi. I like Asian. All different Asian foods. I like pho, like noodles and stuff. I like um, chicken salads. I like regular hamburgers. I like truffle fries. Sweet potato fries. I like steaks. I like. Um, I've eaten food all around the world, so I like everything. Italian food, Um, Mexican food. Okay, Forrest. One day I decided to put on my magic shoes. Do a little sling blade for you. I know what's wrong with it. Ain't got no gas in it. That boy let me stay out in his garage for fixing lawnmowers and such. Jenny, me and you goes together like peas and carrots. I love you, Jenny. I may not be a smart man, Jenny, but I know what love is. I love Sling Blade. That's such a good movie. That sounds good, Tuxie.
What kind of push up is that?
It's not. I don't know what he's doing. That ain't no push up. Igor, you don't have nice things to say. Go away. Say them on somebody else's page.
What's he saying?
He's being retarded. We don't need all that kind of junk in here. You can tell, Jamie, Tuxie, you can tell when they come in here and they're children because they're always going to say something completely stupid that either gets them put in timeout or gets them kicked out completely. Come into people's channels where they're actually trying to talk and have good conversations and they got to say something stupid. And then they get kicked out of here and have to go back to mom and daddy's basement. Vote for Kamala Harris again. Hence the wrench. You hit them in the head with a wrench 4 or 5 good times. What you doing over there? Huh? She said that's exactly what it is. Well, sometimes you just gotta beat retarded people. Taryn, I've got a good saying. What is it?
Go ahead.
Huh?
Go ahead.
You can't fix stupid. You can definitely beat it and try. Jamie said, go to sleep. She's good when she gets on my shoulder. It won't take long.
It won't take long.
It won't take long. She'll be drooling down my shoulder over here. Wake up and I'll have jewel all the way down to my belly button. We won't stay on too much longer anyway. She's only got 15% on her battery. We'll get off of it here before long, and then Igor Dublicek. What a mess. I know that's why I put him in timeout, because he was being stupid.
He's not in timeout.
Yes, it is. I don't know why you can still see it. It doesn't show up on here anymore. All right,
How'd you do that?
Jamie, we're gonna get off here. If you see something, do report. You can report it from there, and then harassment or bullying, and then click on this, and then harassing and report. It violates the community standards or whatever, so it automatically kicks them off. That's what I just did to the Igor dude. She call you a cutie pie? All right, y'all. So we're going to get off here for the evening. We've been on here for almost 3 hours. Isn't that crazy? Tuxie, we'll talk to you again soon, buddy. Jamie, we'll talk to you also. We love you guys. Thank y'all for being on here with us. Thank y'all for being a part of our tribe here. We're gonna try to get some sleep. I'm gonna get up and go to the gym in the morning. So we miss y'all already.
Miss you ready?